Hey, what's up, Truth Tribe? It's been a while since I made a video, but I figured it's about time. It is August 1st, 2021, and some of you saw my post about a little over a week ago, where I got the clock right over my shoulder here. It died, and I got a new one, and it arrived set to the exact same time that the old one died, and it was set to 8:01. Both of them. So I kind of took that as a message as August 1st, you got to get your shit together and start doing what you've been doing for a year and a half. I've done a lot of the work already, got 2 websites together, started the first 7 parts of the video series, but unfortunately I didn't really kind of get the feedback that I was hoping that I would get from Manifesting a New Reality. So I took some time off. I needed to restructure and basically figure things out. I guess the best way to put things is, more than anything, I'm an observer. I don't really like doing video that much, but I realize I'm going to have to get my ideas out there. So as an observer and a problem solver, what I see in the world right now is a world reacting to things that are being done to us by the power structure of the world. I don't see anything proactive at all. The protests I see are great because it shows the numbers of people that are frustrated and fed up, but nothing's coming of that. These people that are running the world don't care what we have to say. They don't care about our protests. They don't care about anything we have to say or do. All they care about is their plans and their goals and their end game. They've been working on it for decades. If you want to go back to the founding of the United Nations, it would be 76 years. But this goes way back before that even. This goes back to the early 1800s when they changed our education system. They altered it from teaching us how to think to what to think, and to basically be subservient to authority. And that's why we're in the problem we are today. So I look around and I take in dozens of hours of content every week just to kind of see what everybody's saying, where everybody's talking about, what everybody's doing. And again, it's just reaction mode. Everybody's in reaction mode, and I don't see anybody out there laying a path to a better destination. What can we actually do about this? All right? Yeah, we know what they're doing to us. It's not a surprise. Everything they do is lie. It's gaslighting. It's propaganda. We know. We know what they're doing to us. And then you've got the faction of the population who's just completely oblivious to it all, who's just going along with it, and they're part of the problem. So the way that I see it, we have a certain percentage of people who are fully awake. And that's in the millions worldwide. It's in the millions in America alone. Okay? And then we have the people on the fence. We have the people who say they're never going to go along with what they're being told because they know we're being lied to. I'm censoring myself right now, but I may make a second video pointing people to other platforms because I know certain things will get censored on Facebook. But anyway, there's a certain percentage of people who just absolutely will refuse to go along with the agenda, and then there's the people who go along to get along, and then there's people that are just completely oblivious, just believe everything government tells them, and it's just all whatever they say is true, and they're going to do whatever they tell them to do. All right, they're gone, they're lost, they're off the reservation. We're never getting them back. Okay. There's the people who are going along to get along, and the people who are resistant right now and not sure what they can do. And then there's us. There's us, the people who are fully awake, understand that, you know what, the only way out of this mess is to create something completely new. All right? And that's where I think I come in all my work going back 14 years. I spent 3 years just researching what the problems of the world were. And then when I started writing my book in 2010, it was all about the solutions. All right? It's laying out, this is the world we live in, but what are the solutions? Where can we go? How do we fix this? Okay? And that's what all my work and all my videos moving forward are going to be geared towards, is what is the solution? How do we get there? And how long is it going to take? I mean, what are the steps that we have to take, right? So if you think about when you're going on a trip, all right? Let's say you're going, I don't know, 800 miles, and you have a destination. It's in a a cabin in the woods, 800 miles away. You know exactly where you're going. You know when you're going to leave. You've got a road map. You know when you're going to take breaks. You know, night somewhere, whatever. But you know exactly how you're going to get to your destination. We don't have that right now. We don't have a destination. We don't have a cabin in the woods. We don't have anything. We have nowhere that people are just running around like chickens with their heads cut off right now without an understanding of what to do. Like, what can we actually do? So that's where I think that my specialty and my forte is I've always been solutions based. And most of what I've been putting out there is like, yeah, this is the problem. We need a new system. Just trying to get people on board. Just trying to get people thinking that, you know what? Yeah, we need a new system. What's that system? What's the end goal? What do we have? What's our destination look like? Okay, so that's what the bulk of my work is going to be moving forward. I'm going to be hopefully putting out videos every single day until we get there, and that's my commitment. You know, I'm in this 100% until we're free. We're not free. None of us are free right now. We have a system in place that's designed to enslave us all, and they're lying to people to herd us into the slaughterhouse or the reservation or whatever you want to call it. And here's the thing that people don't understand, or people don't realize, is that their power comes 100% from our acquiescence and our compliance to what they're telling us. That's the sole source of their power, and that's it. In the video series I did, Manifesting a New Reality, I don't know what part it was, maybe 2 or 3, but I showed it on the video based on the work of David Rothkopf, and I've got his book back there, Superclass. He wrote in 2009. He basically said 8,000 people run the world. So I popped that in an equation with the number of people in the world right now, and we roughly outnumber them 980,000 to 1. What are we waiting for? All we need to do is unite and create a new system that makes them obsolete. And they're powerless. That completely takes their power away. That is their biggest fear in the world, is that we figure it out and we create something where we don't need them anymore. And I've been thinking about that for 10 years, and I have actually devised a structure, a societal management system that would give everybody what they want, and that's just to be left alone and to live your life as you see fit. And that's it. So that's all my work is going to be designed towards getting people's minds wrapped around that idea so that we can start thinking and directing our attention towards building this new world. Because without that destination, we're never going to get there. We're spinning our wheels. I don't know if you've ever been stuck in the sand with your car before, or even on ice or snow. The more you hit the gas, the deeper you go. And that's where we're at right now. Nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's talking about solutions. Nobody's talking about how do we get there, where are we going. All right? So this is just going to be a short video. I'm going to get into more details as the videos come out. I want to keep these short so that people will watch them. But basically, this is a broad outline of what the world will look like, the societal management system. What type of society would we be living in once we got there? Okay, so number one, all power would be restored solely to the individual. That means nobody has authority or power over another person. That's one of the biggest problems in the world right now, is this illusion of authority that government can come in and do things to you because they have words on a paper that say they can. That's a violation of natural law. It's completely illegitimate, and it's created all the problems in the world. Number two, each individual is recognized as a sovereign, and I already showed in my video series how we do that. But again, I'm going to be getting into more videos about how that's done. And three, it's got some subsections here. But basically, we need to create a societal management system that A, operates on the maxim of responsibility and not power. B, has guarantees that no individual can ever be coerced, oppressed, or forced to do anything against their will. C, has a common law court system to settle disputes and keep corporations in check. D, utilizes an honest, non-debt-based monetary system and a truly free market economy that can never be debauched and made to enslave people ever again. That's one of the biggest problems in society, is the monetary system. So, again, the end goal needs to look like this. 4, it's a world in which natural law is recognized, understood, and honored as the guiding moral compass and authority. So, that's basically the destination. And in the videos that are coming out, I'm going to lay out the roadmap. We need to organize. We need to unite people under one common idea. Okay? If we unite everybody in this world under one common idea, that one common idea is sovereignty for all, in a world where nobody, no group of people, no individuals can oppress or coerce anybody ever again. That should be our destination. Anything short of that, if you're watching people or any content or anybody out there who's not talking about that as our destination, you're wasting your time. Anybody who thinks that everything's going to be fixed in the mid-cycle elections or in 2022 or 2024, or if you think Trump is going to save us or any Republican takeover, they just stole the entire election right in front of our eyes. You think they're ever going to let that happen ever again? The political option is no longer an option. The political solution is completely broken. They've hijacked the executive branch. They've hijacked the legislative. Hijacked the judiciary. All right? There are no checks and balances. Oh, and by the way, they've hijacked the media, the fourth estate. Everything has been taken over. All legacy institutions that we have been living under our entire lives have been hijacked by a criminal class who plan to enslave us. That's what Agenda 21 and Sustainable Development Goals for 2030 are all about. It's about the complete enslavement of humanity for the rest of time. And in the panopticon society that they have with their 24/7 surveillance, digital everything, if we get there, we're never going to escape. So we need to make actions right now. We need to start today to start thinking of a destination that we're all going to, that we're all moving. And here's the thing. I've studied a lot of revolutions and people who talk about it, and there's the whole 3.5% is all it takes. Some people say 10% is the tipping point. I'm going with 10%. I think that if we get 10% of every population around the world, especially America, people are looking to America right now, all around the world, because this is the last bastion of freedom. We still have our right to self-defense here. Okay? A lot of people can't defend themselves around the world. And they have oppressive governments and police and militaries. All right, it's getting worse in a lot of countries. Just in Germany today, they had to completely shut down the protests because of the threats. So if we get, I'm looking at roughly 35 to 37 million people in America. If you get that number of people on board with this plan, which again, I'll be laying out. It's already laid out in the first 6 parts of my video series, Manifesting a New Reality. But I'm going to lay it out again in videos just like this. The details, the structure, how we get there, what it's going to take, how simple it is really, because simplicity is the key to everything. The world is the way it is because they made it complex to confuse everybody so that people couldn't figure out the solutions on their own and had to refer to experts to figure out all their problems. And that's why we're in this mess, because it's learned helplessness. Nobody can figure out how to figure out this problem on their own. So we need to start working towards that number. 37 million people who are committed and ready to move over to this new system. And once you get that 10%, guess what? You'll get another 10% real quick. And once you get that 20, you'll get to 40. And once you get to 40, I guarantee we're going to be well over the tipping point, and the momentum is going to shift to a society of freedom. And they're going to be freaking out. And they're not going to know what to do. And they're going to try and force. And see, here's the thing. This is the beauty of this plan. Is the more we say we're not going to go along with you anymore, the more they try and resist us and say you can't do that, the more they expose themselves to be the tyrants they are. So we paint them into a corner and say your system is illegitimate. Your system has enslaved us our entire life, and we are not going to go along with it anymore. That is the only solution. All right? We need a system in which people, individuals, can thrive. Right now we have a system where people are trying to survive. And just yesterday I saw on the news, today the moratorium's over for all the rent, what the hell is it called? Rent deferrals, whatever. I mean, millions of people are going to be homeless in the next month because they're going to be evicted from their homes because they haven't made enough money to pay their rent for the last 18 months. So food chains are breaking. I mean, there's so many problems I'm going to be covering in my videos, but we have to focus. We have to keep our eyes on the prize. That world of freedom and no coercion. Sovereignty for all and power back to the individual. That's it. Once we get there, everybody's on their own. You're on your own to figure out your path in life. But as long as we're in the system of oppression, we're just trying to figure out how to survive in this system. And it's not a system that we can survive in. It's a system that's going to oppress and coerce everyone against their will to do things that they would not do if they had freedom of choice and informed consent. So, yeah, no, we're in a mess right now, and there's only one solution. People say, oh, there's tons of solutions. No, there's only one solution. I'm telling you, the only solution is to create a system which makes these people that are controlling the world obsolete. There's 8,000 of them that run everything, and then a bunch of, then probably maybe 1 million minions around the world keeping the thing going. But again, we're over 7 billion people. All right, we can do this. We have power in numbers. We need one goal: sovereignty for all, and no coercion or force. Power restored to the individual. That should be our goal. All right, I've got the structure, I've got the plans, everything. It's just, people need to subscribe to my channels. I'm going to update my website and everything. This is it. We have to do this. We're running out of time. Every single day they're moving forward. You see, they have a destination in mind. They have their framework and their roadmap. And we're on that path right now. And if we don't stray off of that path, we're going to end up in hell. And nobody's going to want to live there. And we're not going to be able to escape. So we need to right now, starting today, begin to unite under one common idea: sovereignty, power restored to the individual, a world with no coercion or force, a world of peace, a world of abundance. We can do this. We have the numbers. We just need the idea, and we need the roadmap. And once people start seeing, and I'm going to do comparison videos, hey, this is the world we live in right now. This is what the world would look like once we get there. Which one do you want? The pros and cons. There aren't any cons. The only con to what I'm saying is, you know what? You're going to have 100% responsibility over your life. But that's the way it should be. Safety nets will be taken care of by charities, not by government. So, again, I've thought through everything, 40,000 hours, 14 years of my life. I've looked at every angle possible, And there's no way to fight this system and beat this system. The only way to beat this system is to dissolve it, to make it obsolete. So that's all I got for today. This is probably about 5-10 minutes longer than I wanted to, but I'm going to edit it down a little bit. But anyway, subscribe, like, share, comment. I'm going to hopefully put up a video every single day. That's my goal until we get there. We don't have any other options. So I hope you're all doing well. Love you all. Keep positive. Stay positive. They're losing. They're freaking out. Trust me, they're freaking out right now. They see the algorithms. They know what's happening. That's why they're tightening the noose and putting all these variants out there and scaring us. We know what's going on. They're freaking out. And the more we unite, the more they're going to freak out. So, and again, protesting doesn't do a thing. It shows the people that we're united in numbers, but it's not accomplishing anything right now. We need a goal, and we need a roadmap to get there. That's the crux of my work. That's it. The goal and the roadmap. So again, follow, like, share, and I'm still optimistic. Hope is not over. There's still a long way to go. But it's been 18 months. They told us almost 18 months ago, 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and they haven't let up yet, have they? They let up a little bit here in the United States, and people think it's over, but no, it's far from over. Anyway, I will hopefully talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night. Talk to you soon. Bye.